हमारे इन तीनों का हमारा तिगाड़ा जो है अनुपम खेर, अनिल कपूर, सतीश कौशिक, यूज्ड टू एंड दे यूज्ड टू गेट टोटली, ये तीनों आपस में बातें क्या करते हैं यार, समझ नहीं आता इनके पास टॉपिक्स क्या है।
मुझे बहुत मजा आता है जब भी मुझे चैलेंज किया जाता है। मैं कंफर्टेबल नहीं हूँ एक नॉर्मल कैरेक्टर करने के लिए। जो
कामनेस है, क्वाइटनेस है, यू नो, वो हिंदी सिनेमा में बहुत सालों से मिसिंग है क्योंकि वर्ड्स बोल बोल के हम इतने थक गए हैं ना, तो हमको स्पोकन वर्ड्स है ना ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग लगते हैं, हमको वो क्वाइटनेस जो है वो नहीं।
Since I'm a brother, I kind of know that she's wanted to have a child for a while, so the element of surprise for me is not as much as
the other
it is for the rest
fans
of the
and
you know, so I kind of was expecting it in a way. Sibling be a parent is very exciting. Because maybe you want to be a parent, you know what I mean, one day, so it's like so I'm really excited to see how Anand and Sonam navigate that.
The trailer of Thar released recently, and the one question that we have in our heads right now is, who's the killer? So today we have Satish Kaushik, Harsh Varrdhan Kapoor and Fatima Sana Shaikh joining us for a conversation on Bollywood Bubble. Hi guys.
You'll get used to that, by the way. Yeah, hi. Thank you for having us. Thank you for making the time.
Hi. So Harsh Varrdhan, you have worked with your dad before in AK versus AK, and this is a feature film and it's completely different. So how was your experience?
So this for me has been quite a long journey. I first met Raj in 2018 March. And now here we are in May 2022, April, sorry, film release in May. So it's been 4 years, our association, to make this dream a reality. I actually spent about a year with Raj before Dad came on board, because we were trying to pitch this film around. I remember actually Fatty was offered the film even before Dad was there. For the first, when there was another producer. जब हम लोग ने test shoot की थी. That time. So it took time to convince Dad first to come on board. And before that, we had already started discussions with Netflix while we were making AK versus AK, and they had liked the test shoot that we did, Raj and I did. Then later, once it became an original, and just before we were going to go and shoot, then Fatima kind of came. Yeah, it's been a really cool journey, a lot of hard work, a lot of perseverance, a lot of doubt also. You know, sometimes you feel like, you know, I'm trying to do this crazy thing, maybe it's all in my head, and but this is all for Raj. It's all his vision. It's a director's medium, and what better than to use one's privilege in a way, or opportunity, to give a young director a voice. And so he's not only a very inspiring director, but also a fantastic human being, as Satish ji and Fatima will tell you. So I'm going to hand it over to Satish ji now.
Yes. So sir, you have worked with Anil sir in previous movies, and this is your time, and you all have a very beautiful friendship, you, Anupam sir and Anil sir. So I've seen videos of you on Anupam sir's Instagram. So how was it to bond with him? He plays the inspector in this movie, and you play his sub-inspector. How was it? How was the whole experience of working with him?
Great, as you said that you know how far and how long we go as friends and as co-actors or director-actor duo, you know. We have been working for so many years, and it has been always a pleasure, and it was great working with him always, you know. But there was quite a gap in between, you know, where we were trying to find. I have not even directed Anil for a long time, and I have not acted with him, you know. So there was this chance which came across, और वो भी अपने आप आया, क्योंकि पर ऐसा नहीं कि इस दौरान हमने कोई मिलना बंद कर दिया था या पार्टी करना बंद कर दिया था, हमारे डिनर्स बंद हो गए थे, कुछ नहीं. हमारे इन तीनों का हमारा तिगाड़ा जो है अनुपम खेर, अनिल कपूर, सतीश कौशिक, यूज्ड टू एंड दे यूज्ड टू गेट टोटली, ये तीनों आपस में बातें क्या करते हैं यार, समझ नहीं आता इनके पास टॉपिक्स क्या है. काम नहीं कर रहे थे हम साथ, लेकिन हम ये कि अपने लाइफ तो स्पेंड कर रहे थे, क्योंकि हमारे इतने काम, हमारा बॉडी ऑफ वर्क इतना हो चुका था कि उसी को याद कर करके हम अपनी बॉन्डिंग रख रखते थे, और फिर एक पर्सनल रिलेशनशिप भी डेवलप हो गया था. कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है कि फिल्म की बात करेंगे तभी हमारा कॉन्वर्सेशन आगे बढ़ेगा. तो हमारा घर पे आना जाना बहुत रहता था. और तब ये बाई चांस एक दिन मुझे टेस्ट शूट दिखाया हर्ष का, है ना. मैं हमेशा अनिल को बोलता था कि हर्ष की चॉइसेस है ना, मैं बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करता हूँ, ये जो जो फिल्में कर रहा है. और जब मेरे को टेस्ट शूट दिखाया तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा था. मुझे लगा था कि इसकी आंखों में वो बात है, उसके स्टेचर में, उसके पोस्चर में, और उसका जो जो कामनेस है, क्वाइटनेस है, यू नो, वो हिंदी सिनेमा में बहुत सालों से मिसिंग है. क्योंकि वर्ड्स बोल बोल के हम इतने थक गए हैं ना, तो हमको स्पोकन वर्ड्स है ना ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग लगते हैं. हमको वो क्वाइटनेस जो है वो नहीं लगती. तो पहली बार बहुत दिनों बाद मेरा रिएक्शन उस टेस्ट शूट को देखने के बाद ऐसा था असल में, और वो जो अल्टीमेटली फिल्म में हुआ. तो इट वाज ए फैंटास्टिक जर्नी with a friend, with a great script, with a very calm, composed, talented, he knew the film backwards, he knew those locations backwards, Asing Chaudhary. And to work with Harsh, to see Harsh working, for the first time, I saw him working. I had a belief in him, I always appreciated him, but here I was watching him
do it on set.
Finding a co-actor, Fatima, who was so warm, so connected and so lovable, you could see, and you have seen her work, and आपको पता है कि इसने किस तरह का काम किया है, और आज ये अलग ही रूप के अंदर है यहाँ पर, so all this put together, it was a fantastic journey. For me, it was a growth. It is my growing period, in a way that you have done so much work, but you can't carry your work all on your back, always. आपकी कमर झुक जाएगी अगर उस काम को है ना आप ले लेके अपने कंधे पे चलते रहोगे, तो उसको हटाना पड़ता है, कमर सीधी करनी पड़ती है, आपको नया बोझ डालना पड़ता है, तो आप तब आगे चल पाते हैं असल में. तो आज की जनरेशन के साथ आप काम कर रहे हैं, तो आपको भी मतलब है ना बड़ा सजग रहना पड़ेगा, बड़ा अटेंटिव रहना पड़ेगा, बड़ा इनोवेटिव रहना पड़ेगा, अपने आप को रीडिफाइन करना पड़ेगा. और वो मौका आपको इस पिक्चर में करने को मिला. मैंने इस तरह का रोल कभी किया नहीं है, जो बड़ा क्वाइट है, बहुत आराम से बोलता है, दैट यू आर very quietly you are saying your lines. It's much more of a character study, that internal performance जो सबने किया है, मतलब वो फातिमा ने किया है, हर्ष का तो पूरा क्यों प्रोटैगनिस्ट का रोल है, पूरा उसका रोल ही बड़ा मिस्टीरियस और मिस्टिक क्वालिटी है उसके अंदर. So it was really great, to grow in a very younger unit and to interact with them, like cameraman Shreya Dubey, she was just superb, and again smiling, warm, affectionate, talented, I think the whole unit, everybody was like-minded, and there was not an iota of some in somebody's character which will put you off while shooting.
And no hierarchy.
No hierarchy.
No, like for जैसे मेरे पास भी जब स्क्रिप्ट आई, in the first go पहले मैंने नरेशन सुना, मैंने स्क्रिप्ट भी पढ़ा, because I do both. It's an incredible script, and however it was difficult to see what Raj was seeing, because I've never seen something like that, and it's a completely different vision, और वो आपको ट्रेलर में उसका एक glimpse मिलता है. तो for an actor who's not ever been exposed to that genre, it's a different thing. So then, like he said कि पहले आई थी, फिर बहुत समय बीत गया, उस टाइम पे थोड़ी अलग भी थी script, and then again when it came, it was a even much more layered and a better script, and my character also had more layers. And I always told Raj कि I don't know if there is enough of Chetna. He's like a fatty, just it's beyond what is there on the script. Just trust us. And then by then AK also called, and I was like, you know what, there is something right about this one. The script is outstanding. ढांचा सही है, मुझे खाली अब सिर्फ एक leap लेना है. And I took that leap, and when I went on set, जो scenes थे, जो moments थे, I realized that it was much more than what it was on script. Then everybody's energy, him, Harsh, he's such a cooperative actor, and he's so dedicated. For him at this young age to be able to put together a film at this level, and to get actors and creators on board, which he seems कि ये लोग सही काम करेंगे और ये लोग बहुत सही है इस फिल्म के लिए, वो एक बहुत बड़ी चीज होती है.
So Harsh, coming back to you, so you have produced this film as well, and so how was it, the whole experience of being an actor? Like, this is your first time, and even the director's first time he makes his debut with this film. So how did you manage to trust him, get all the people on board together, work as an actor in this film?
Honestly, it's not been. See, the thing is, I come from a place of privilege. It's very important to remember that whenever I kind of talk about. So I have the privilege to be able to do this. You know, so I. There's there's a line in Spider-Man that says that great power comes great responsibility. So you wanna, if you have been given some sort of platform to kind of have a voice, what I felt like instinctively what I wanted to do is I read what was on the page 4 years ago, and I was like, this is brilliant and very interesting and unique. I've never seen anything like it. I read something, whether it's Bhavesh Joshi or Spotlight or AK versus AK, when I'm like, I can't believe that somebody actually has the guts to try this. You know, I get very excited, and I'm like, but the thing with the other films is that Vikramaditya Motwani, Rakesh Mehra, Vasan Bala, they're already mavericks. You know, they're very acclaimed filmmakers, so that producers trust them. But Raj had a large vision like that, but he was new. So I was like, maybe I can use my little bit of influence to kind of help him create, help him kind of work with the best kind of people to bring this to life. So first, obviously, I came and, Raj came. So I came and then Raj came, and then we actually had another DOP that was supposed to shoot this film. When we were supposed to shoot this film in 2020 beginning. And what happened then is basically this DOP was directing his own film. So he left us and we were going on floor in 8 weeks. So obviously being a first-time producer with a first-time director, suddenly there's no cinematographer also. We just were like so scared. And my father, we were shooting AK versus AK at that time, so I had completed my role and he was very busy. Very demanding film with Vikram, shooting in the night, 16-18 hour shifts, you know. So I was like, I can't stress him right now. So let me try and, I know what the film is, I understand the visual palette of the film with Raj, so I reached out to a photographer friend of mine who is who has a great aesthetic, and I said, make me a list of DPs that you think are the future of our film. You know, like they haven't had a big breakout because we don't have that kind of money. We can't afford to pay an X amount of money. So there was a list of 6 or 7 people. They're all brilliant. They're all working and doing great things now. This was about two years ago. And then Shreya's name came up and I saw Cat Sticks, the trailer of Cat Sticks. And I went on her Instagram page and I saw her photographs because she's a still photographer also. And I instantly knew that this was the only person that could shoot this film. And it also really excited me that she was a woman. And here we are kind of making a film that is generally associated with a lot of testosterone. You know, so I'm like, wouldn't it be so lovely if we had this delicate feminine energy on set behind the camera looking at these flawed men and flawed women in this really beautiful kind of feminine, with a feminine gaze. When Netflix came on board, they had a lot of great ideas about the script. And so then it was I had to hold my ground and be like, you know, this is how we see it. And I'm open to suggestions, but at some point then you have to also kind of put your foot down, narrow down and be like, this is what we can take and this is what we can't take. And so I kind of became like a mediator in a way. Between me and Dad and Netflix. You know, I kind of fought for Shreya to be on the film, and but then also Dad is also producer. You know, so he called Fatima, he called Satish Ji. So it's very collaborative. And then eventually, when I got on set, there are some films where I don't watch the monitor at all, like AK versus AK or Ray. I didn't, but on Thar I watched all of it because I just didn't want to be in a situation where I went back to Bombay many months later and I saw the edit and I was surprised, you know, because I had that added responsibility. So I had to try and be as objective about my work, but also kind of see everything else.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. The trailer was interesting. So Fatima, coming back to you, so you have not had that many, you've done these amazing roles, and I've watched Ludo and I loved your character, this Pataka. And now Thar is giving you that of your roles. How does it feel to play these different roles in different movies? And this is a very different character from what you have played before. So how was it?
I think I've been very fortunate with the kind of roles that I've been given. चाहे वो दंगल हो, ठग्स हो, अजीब दास्तान हो, लूडो हो, अभी थार है और उसके आगे जो भी 2-3 फिल्में हैं, वो सब बहुत ही अलग अलग कैरेक्टर्स है. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज माई दैट इज व्हाट पुल्स मी. मुझे बहुत मजा आता है जब भी मुझे चैलेंज किया जाता है. मैं कंफर्टेबल नहीं हूँ एक नॉर्मल कैरेक्टर करने के लिए. मुझे एक्साइटमेंट नहीं मिलती है. एंड आई हैव बीन अ चाइल्ड एक्टर, आई हैव वर्कड अ लॉट, आई हैव वर्कड विद ऑल काइंड ऑफ पीपल, एंड आई नो व्हाट आई वांट. I know I want happiness. I know I want to make good relationships. I know I want to do good work. खुदा ना खास्ता अगर मैं वो पोजीशन में हूँ जहाँ पे मुझे वो काम करना पड़े जो मैं नहीं करना चाहती, करूँगी. Because that is what is life, and you have to survive, and that's my survival instinct to work. And you know, with Thar also, it's a very different role. जैसे लूडो बहुत अलग था, ये भी बहुत अलग है. मैंने ये ऐसा कैरेक्टर कभी प्ले नहीं किया है. Again, it's not me. It's also a character again very away from me. Up until now, I've never played any character which is me or an extension of me. So मजा आता है.
So Harsh, my last question to you would be: Sonam is preggers right now, and what was your first reaction when you got the news? Was it like through Instagram or
no? So the thing is that obviously, like, I've kind of, since I'm a brother, I kind of know that she's wanted to have a child for a while. So the element of surprise for me is not as much as
the others,
it is for the rest
fans,
of the world.
and
you know, so I kind of was expecting it in a way. But I'm excited to see how their lives are going to change. Right? Because obviously at some point one would like to kind of maybe get married, or you know what I mean? Like we all have those aspirations, right? To kind of have. So I because when you see already born to your parents, so for you've always seen your parents be parents. But to see a sibling be a parent is very exciting. Because maybe you want to be a parent, you know what I mean, one day. So it's like so I'm really excited to see how Anand and Sonam, who also have very busy lives and who are very ambitious people, and both have big careers and strong personalities, exactly, she's right, and how they navigate that, and you know, because I'm sure, I mean, something as life changing as that is going to change your life forever. And you know, that's why I think a lot of people you know, think a lot before kind of taking that step. So yeah, so it's very exciting, I would say, but also would like to hope and pray for a safe and smooth delivery, and then kind of just take it from there.
Okay. Any last thing that you want to share with your fans for Thar?
प्लीज फिल्म देखना.
Yes, for sure.
हाँ, 6 मई को मतलब नेटफ्लिक्स पे रिलीज होने वाली है, और स्पेशल फिल्म है.
हाँ जी.
और आपको पसंद आएगी, ये मेरा वादा है.
Yeah. For me, it would be, I just want to say that none of us are perfect. You know, that we are all a work in progress. I'm sure that we have made some mistakes, you know, so none of us is claiming to be, you know, amazing or just flawless. But there is a lot of honesty in this film, and the whole idea behind this film is to give the audience something new. Right? So come in there with an open mind. I would really plead for you to come in with an open mind. Don't come in with a preconceived notion. And just try and have an experience, you know. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you for
so
joining
much
us on Bollywood Bubble.
Thank you very much.